Hello everyone, we're in our tent in the garden. It's nice and snug in here. And Ollie's in here with me. You were playing with your friends, weren't you? But then Ollie got a bit grumpy and you've been a bit grumpy with your friends, so you've come back to the tent to have a chat about it. And it's okay that you get grumpy because you're allowed to feel all these things that you feel. But what we need to do when we get grumpy is we need to understand why we're grumpy so we can do something about it. So we don't be grumpy all day, so you can go back and play with your friends. So, while Ollie's been sat here with me, I reached in and I pulled Grumpy out, because you know about the superpowers, you know that all the feelings that you have inside are your superpowers and you can pull them out and talk to them. And we pulled Grumpy out, didn't we, Ollie? And we asked him what was wrong. And now I understand what's wrong. And you've come up with some really clever ideas to stop Grumpy being grumpy. So, I think when you calm down a little bit more, because you're a little bit stressed still, you can go back and play. So I tell you a story while we're just sat here, because it's quite nice just you and me, isn't it? I think I will. Have I ever told you the story about Angry Peter? Have I not? Oh, you'll like this one. Once upon a time, there was a little boy, and his name was, yep, you got it, Angry Peter. And he was really, really angry all the time. I mean, he was angry all the time, big time, all the time. That's why he was called Angry Peter. And he would do things like, no matter what Mummy did for him to try and make him happy, he'd just be angry and grumpy and bad-tempered, and he was bad-tempered with all of his friends, and that's why they called him Angry Peter. Anyway, it was the night before Angry Peter's birthday, and Angry Peter's mummy had said, what do you want for your birthday? She'd been asking him all week, but he hadn't bothered telling her because he thought, well, I'm Angry Peter and I've been so angry that they won't get me what I want anyway because I've been angry, so there's no point, so I'm not even going to tell anybody, so that's fine because I'm Angry Peter. I know, silly isn't it? I know, you tell me months before what you want for your birthday, don't you? But no, he wouldn't tell Mummy because he figured she wouldn't let him have what he wanted anyway because he'd been angry. So anyway, the night before his birthday he went off to bed really angry because it was his birthday tomorrow and he was sure he wasn't good at getting any presents because he's Angry Peter. And he's lying in bed, he's proper angry. Finally he fell asleep. Don't you snore in my tent tonight, Ollie, by the way, please. I won't snore either, because that's not, well, he's quite funny, isn't it? Anyway, let's tell you my story. So, Angry Peter fell asleep, and he hadn't been asleep long when he heard a funny noise. I know. So he woke up, and he did what you do, you know when he does that, when he wakes up? And he looked around his room, but it was dark, so he put his light on. Well, no, we haven't got a light in here, but we've got a torch, so we'll be alright later. It's a good torch. But he put his light on, so he could see. And on the bottom of his bed, you'll never guess, on the bottom of his bed, there was a little man. Oh, he's only that big. Seriously, there's a little man. And behind the little man, there was this big television set. I know! And it wasn't there before. I mean, he's not allowed to have a telly in his bedroom like you're not, because otherwise you'd watch it all night, wouldn't you? So it wasn't there before, no. Peter said, who are you? Go away! I'm Angry Peter and I'm trying to go to sleep, so just go away, whoever you are. And the little man said, I know you're Angry Peter, and I'm not going to go away because I brought this big TV set because I need you to watch a little film. Peter said, I don't want to watch a film, I'm Angry Peter, go away, I want to be angry, go away. But the little man just clicked his fingers and all of a sudden the television started. And there was a film on it. Never guess what the film was. The film was Peter. And it was Peter over the last few weeks. It's like someone had followed him round with a camera. So there was Peter at the breakfast table and Mummy had got him his favourite things for breakfast, but Peter was being angry, didn't want any of them, was being really sulky and nasty. And then there was Peter in the classroom and his teacher was trying to help him with his maths because he's not brilliant at maths. Nor are you, but it's good to practice, isn't it? And teachers help you. And he didn't want a teacher to help him, so he was just being really angry in the classroom. And then there was Peter and his little brother and Mummy and Daddy in a very nice restaurant. And Mummy had taken them there on purpose because it does all Peter's favourite foods. And there was a big menu of all the menu. It's like a big list of all the different food. And all of them were Peter's favourites. That's why Mummy had taken him there, because she's really lovely. And Peter was being angry. He didn't want any of it. I'm not having any of it. I don't want any of it. Oh, being angry. Peter said, "Stop, stop! I don't want to watch this film. This is a stupid film. I know all this. I was there. Huh? I'm angry, Peter, and I don't need to watch this to let me know I'm angry. I know I'm angry. Go away, you're horrible." And the little man said, "I will go away, Peter, but you did need to watch that. And you're going to meet a few more of my friends tonight, but I'm going to go now." And he clicked his fingers, and the television disappeared. And he was about to disappear, and Peter said, "Who are you anyway?" And the little man turned back and he said, "My name is Birthdays Past, so I'm all about your past, Angry Peter, when you have been really, really angry." And with that, he disappeared. Peter sat there. "I don't care. I'm Angry Peter, and I don't care, and I don't want to watch any silly videos. Ha!" And he turned his light off and he snuggled down again. But he couldn't get back to sleep because it had made him even more angry. He just about began to go to sleep again. Yeah, just about began to... And there was another funny noise. I know! So he turned his light on, he sat up, and there was another little man on the end of his bed, and another big TV set. I know! I mean, what would you do? Peter said, "I'm Angry Peter. Go away. I don't want to watch your silly videos. Go away." And the little man said, "I'm sorry, Peter, but you are going to watch this video, and you're going to watch it now." And he clicked his finger, and the television started up again, and it was another video of Peter, but this was a very strange video. Shall I tell you why? Well, in this video, it started off with Peter being just 7. I know, the same age as you. And he was in his classroom, and he was being Angry Peter, and he wasn't letting the teachers help him, and he was being nasty to the other children. And then, as Peter watched the new video, something very strange happened. Peter suddenly started to get older. Yeah, seriously. So he started off at 7, and then he was 10, and then he was 13, teenager, and then he was 18, and then he was a grown-up. He just got older and older, and all the way through he just got angrier and angrier and angrier. He did not stop being Angry Peter. He just grew up being an even angrier Peter. And he got older and older and older, and soon he was as old as Mr. Wilcox. That's really old, isn't it? And he was in a house on his own, because he's a grown-up now, and you can have a house on your own when you're a grown-up. But he didn't have anyone come and visit him, and he didn't have any friends, and nobody phoned him or wanted to play, because he'd been so angry and nasty all of his life. He'd been really, really angry. So he was just sat there on his own, really lonely. Angry Peter said, "Stop this video, I don't like this video, I don't want to watch this video, go away, you're horrible." And the little man clicked his finger and the video stopped. Peter said, "I don't want to be Angry Peter when I grow up, I can't help it, and I don't need you telling me what it's going to be like, and I don't want to be on my own and angry, so go away, because you're not very nice." And an interesting thing, do you know what had happened, Ollie? He wasn't angry as much now as he was a little bit sad and a little bit upset, if he was honest. And the little man said, "I will go away, Peter, but there's one more video for you to watch." Peter said, "Go away! Who are you anyway?" And the little man said, He said, "I'm the superpower of birthdays to come, future birthdays. So I'm everything that's going to happen in your future, and that's what I've just shown you." Peter went, "Go away, I don't want that to be my future. I can't help being Angry Peter, and you've just made me really sad. Go away, you're horrible." And the little man disappeared. Peter snuggled down again. But he was a little bit upset now, because, well, you would be, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to grow up all on your own and have no friends and no one to play with. So he was a little bit upset now. And he just lay there in the dark, a little bit upset. A few minutes later, guess what? You know, there was another little noise. Peter sat up, put the light on, and sure enough, at the end of his bed was another little man and a big TV. Peter said, "Don't show me any more horrible videos. I don't want to watch it. Can't help being Angry Peter, and I don't want to think about being old and all on my own and having no friends and no one to play with, so go away." And the little man said, "Sorry, Peter, I'm not going to go away because you need to watch this video. It is the last one, but you need to watch this one and then I'll go away." Peter sulked, but he sat there. And the little man clicked his fingers and the TV started. Now in this film, Peter was back in his classroom and he was age 7 again, same age as you. And he was there with his teacher and she was trying to help him. And he got angry, because that's what he does, he's Angry Peter. And he got really, really angry and he chucked his book across the table, which you don't do you? Because teachers are just there to help you. I know. But he couldn't help it because he was really angry. And he got up and he was about to run out of the classroom when something amazing happened. Do you know what happened? I bet you can't guess what happened. Go on, guess. Guess. Can you guess? What happened was, just as he got to the door of the classroom, just as he was about to walk out of the door, a lady appeared in a red t-shirt like mine. I know, go figure. And on her t-shirt it said, Ollie Coach, what are the chances? I mean, really? But no, really. And she said, Peter, what on earth's the matter? He said, go away, get out of my way, I'm angry, Peter, go away. But the lady didn't go away. Instead, she reached into Peter's chest and she went, oh, hello, little angry. You are very angry. No wonder Peter's angry if you're that angry. Peter just looked at her. And she said, Peter, this is your angry superpower. This is why you've been so angry. He's quite big, actually, isn't it? Hello, little man. Why are you so angry? What on earth's made you so angry? And the little superpower said, I don't want to be angry. I can't help it. It's just because I don't want to be the big boy. Doesn't want to be the big... I know. And the lovely lady said, oh, angry. What do you mean you don't want to be the big boy? And a lovely thing happened. Little Angry started to tell the lady why he was making Peter so angry and what was making him feel angry. And he said that he's got a little baby brother that he loves very, very much, but his little brother's quite poorly, and everyone that comes to the house comes to see his little brother and to see his mummy, and mummy's quite stressed and angry all the time because she's tired because of her little brother. And well, what had happened is, poor little Peter had gone up to his mum and gone, Mum, and Mum had said, Peter, please, can you go away and be the big boy? I need you just to be the big boy, please. I know, that would upset me too. And it had upset Peter. Because when Mummy said, I need you to be the big boy, what she actually meant was, I have to take care of your little brother right now. Can you just go and play? But what Peter heard was, I don't love you as much as your little brother, and you're not special enough. And that made him really sad. So, do you know what happened? Angry turned from angry to sad and scared, because Peter wasn't really angry. He just didn't know how to explain what he was feeling, which was sad and scared that his mummy might not love him enough. So the lovely Ollie Coach said, oh, there you go, sad and scared. Well, I understand why you're sad and scared, but I'm sure that's not what your mummy meant. Let's see if we can make you feel better. And do you know what she did? She reached into Peter again and she went, whoop! And she pulled out Peter's happy superpower. And she made him really, really, really big. And Peter's happy superpower hugged the other two sad and scared superpowers to make them feel better. And then the lady in the red shirt, the Ollie Coach, took Peter's hand and said, come with me, Peter. I think I know what we need to do. And they went into the next room where Peter's mummy and daddy were sat. And the lovely Ollie Coach explained to Peter's mummy and daddy why Peter had been so angry, and that he wasn't actually angry, he was just sad and scared because... And mummy just picked him up in her arms and said, but Peter, I love you so, so much. I'm so sorry you felt that. And she hugged him, and daddy hugged him, and Peter's happy power got so big it banged its head on the roof. I know, it got really big because it was a big roof. It got really, really big, and he was really, really happy, and it was lovely, and the video stopped. Peter was back in the room with the little guy on the end of his bed. Peter said, what am I going to do? I can never tell mummy and daddy all that. I don't know how to even begin to explain all that. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the little man said, I'm going to leave you now. And he clicked his fingers and the telly disappeared. He said, but what I want you to do is in the morning I want you to go through and tell mummy and daddy why you've been so angry, and that you're not really angry, you're just a bit sad and scared because you were worried that they didn't love you enough. I think you can do that, and then I think everything will be alright. Can you do that? Peter said, I don't know, I can try, but... And the little man said, well, you can explain about your little superpowers and that you pulled Angry out and Angry told you what was going on, but then Happy made him better. And you can do that in the morning, and then I think everything will be all right. And the little man began to disappear. Just as he was disappearing, Peter said, Wait, you're nice. You tried to help me. What's your name? And the little man said, he said, my name is I'm the superpower of birthday present. Do you know what present means, Ollie? It means now. But it also means present! Birthday present! That's funny, isn't it? Anyway. And he said, and my present to you, my birthday present to you, is that you now know how to use all of your superpowers. And you now know that when you're feeling something you don't want to, you can just pull it out and ask it what's wrong. And if you can't help it, then you can go and ask mummy or daddy to help, or a teacher. Or maybe you're lucky enough to have someone in a red shirt. And they can make you feel better. So all you need to do in the morning is just go and explain that to mummy. Because I've just given you the best present in the world. I've given you your superpowers. And with that, he disappeared. Next morning, Peter got up and he went through to his mummy and daddy's bedroom, and he told them all about his dream and about the little people that had visited him, and about how he was angry, and then he grew up and he was really angry, and then how he learnt to use his superpowers, and that he wasn't actually angry Peter at all. He was sad and a bit scared Peter, but that was okay now because mummy and daddy picked him up, wrapped him up in their arms, gave him a huge hug, told him how much they loved him, and Peter became Happy Peter! And from that day forward, whenever anything was bothering him and one of his feelings got too big, he just pulled it out and asked it what was wrong, and he helped it himself, or he got one of the grown-ups to help. How cool's that? So, here's the thing, young man. You seem to have calmed down a bit now. We pulled Grumpy out and asked him what was wrong, and you're okay with it now. You're not so grumpy. So I think you could... Yep, the children are still playing. I think you should go back and play. I think you should say sorry because you were a little bit grumpy. And then go and play. And I might just have a little rest. See you later.